Hey y'all, I'm Todd Bailey.
What's up? It's Arie Lumberdozy.
And this is fucking Brewtal.
Get in the pit, stock up the fridge, and listen. We're here to cover the latest in metal news and craft beer. A match made in hell.
If it makes you bang your head, then we want to hear it. If it tickles your taste buds, share those suds.
Turn it up to 11.
Crack open that beer.
It's about to get brutal. What's good there, Hopwolves? It's your boys, Todd, Arie, back with Brewtal, episode number 74. Today is April 7th, Good Friday, a few days before the Lord's Day. And we've been blessed with a pretty stellar release day. So thank you to whoever made this possible. Let's get into it, dude. No frills, no bullshit, just straight to the point. How was your week? What's good in the world of Todd Bailey?
First of all, I want to point out that episode 74 is airing or recording on 4/7. So this is another time as a flat circle recording, like what's happening right now. Craziness.
Man, what the fuck is going on?
Matthew McConaughey. Honestly, for me, it's been kind of a blur. It's just a lot of work, but it's also been kind of rainy, which is it's the meh season right now with April showers, but
brings May depression.
Truth. And I've been getting through the week by watching a lot of Riddick movies, which are now on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
I finally watched the Riddick movie, which I think came out in like 2013. That sounds
right. Yeah.
Either way, the acting on that was terrible, so I don't recommend that movie. However, Pitch Black is my favorite. I think that's the best one of the three, even though Chronicles of Riddick is amazing.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Riddick is basically like Pitch Black, but watered down. Like, it's the same fucking plot. I don't know why they made that movie.
Dude, the dialogue is what kills me. It's like a third grader wrote the dialogue. It's like a bunch of dick jokes. I'm like, this is not good, but I love the planet that he was on. That's about it. Other than that, I've actually been playing this cool mobile game called Mighty Doom. So it's like a pocket-sized version of Doom with like cute animations, but they're still like true to form. So if you're a fan of Doom, check out that mobile game. It's for free. There's a lot of stuff you can pay for in the game, but don't do it. But they cycle through, like, you get these materials like for new gear and stuff, which it's cool. They use like a whole arsenal of weapons. Yeah, I don't know. The gamer in me, I'm a big Doom fan. When I saw that this was coming out, I was like, I have to play this for sure. And it kind of gets me through those lulls of rendering edits and all that.
Yeah. Not a good time for anyone in the industry that has to do a lot of video editing and stuff. I mean, it can be. Depends what you have to do, like, on the side. But
yeah,
that's a good way to get through it. And Doom's always a good time. So that sounds sick. Check it out, Hopwolves. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in a similar boat to you. Like, this week's been kind of a blur, but not because like I've been like super busy. But I've been getting back on. I had a doc that I shot like quite a while ago with my buddy. Shout out Doug Baker. It was a motocross documentary, and I'm finally getting around to like really getting that done. And like, I'm actually excited to do it. So that's been taking up most of my week, but this is kind of cool. Erie Times, I've mentioned it a few times here on the show. A short that I did back in Indy is going to be screening tonight at the Bloomington International Film Festival, or BIFF as the kids say. Yes, I use that same joke again because why not? That's back in Bloomington, Indiana. My buddy Byron Walter, shout out to him, is putting on this fest, and this is the second year they've done it. So I'm really excited to be a part of the lineup. The whole thing looks pretty stellar. I know I kind of already said this, but I'm very excited for it to be screened. This will be the first like public screening of it. So
Hell yeah.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
So
but yeah,
I'm excited for you as well. Long time coming, but I'm glad people are gonna get to see it soon.
thanks, buddy. Yeah, me too. It definitely a confidence booster that is very much needed. But anyway, this is not a depression session. This is the aggression session.
Let's go.
Or something like that. Yeah. Cue the wolf. But let's get into let's do the beer breakdowns, dude. Two of our favorite things. I'm actually starting this week.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Kind of sick, dude. So this week I have JYNX Proof Lager from, you guessed it, 3 Floyds.
Mm-hmm.
I say that without having the can here, so boom. It's coming at 5.7% ABV with 35 IBUs. It is a Pilsner, which is a lager, but not all lagers are Pilsners, if you didn't know. Munster, Indiana is where 3 Floyds is from, and like I mentioned last episode, I'm probably going to feature the whole fucking lineup at some point throughout the course of the show, and I don't even care. I love this brewery.
Mm-hmm.
But this is part of the 12 banger, the mixed one that I got a few weeks ago. So I'm really excited to feature this one. As you can see on here, this is a very American traditional Amtrad style can. So for everyone listening, it's like bold design, bold colors. It's baby blue with a skull and a heart with some arrows and a banner through it, which are all kind of like major staples of the style. And this is a tattoo style, I should say. It's not my favorite type of style, but ironically, I have a very similar looking tattoo from the very first convention that I did for Death Dealers, my production company. And so, yeah, I was like, you know what, there's some sort of connection that I didn't like really discover until like I was writing these notes. But anyway, per the website, in regards to what we're dealing with here, I've had this before, but when I had it the first time, I was pretty drunk. So I'm excited to revisit it. And I think I had also mentioned this before, but again, this is an exclusive to the 12 pack. And I really like when breweries do things like that. And it's cool. It's not like a throwaway beer, because I feel like that's why they're an exclusive a lot. Like it's just kind of like an experimental one. But this one was pretty tasty from what I remember. And again, to circle back per the website, they say the refreshing continental style pils has a light bodied, combined with a pronounced noble hop aroma and a crisp, dry finish. This is the perfect beer for easy, flavorful drinking. This makes sense. It's brewed in collaboration with our friends at JYNX Proof Tattoos in Washington, D.C. So going back to the label, the Amtrad, that just makes sense because this is very different than normal 3 Floyd's artwork. But I really like it, and I'm here for it. So let's crack this bad boy open. I didn't even finish the PBR that I was drinking. Fuck it.
Free gaming.
Oh, damn. I just splattered beer all over the place. Dude, it's on my laptop and everything.
Oh, no.
That's okay. That's okay. Let me just take a moment here to wipe some of that off so I can see. Damn, that came out hot and heavy.
It's like SeaWorld over there.
Yeah, dude. All right. Well, cheers. JYNX Proof Lager from 3 Floyds.
You jinx yourself, dude.
I did. I was talking too much shit, per usual. Yeah, that is very, very crisp, dry. Yeah, you get a lot of hop aroma. Yeah, I mean, again, who better to describe the beer than the brewery itself? It's good, dude. I mean, it's nice and balanced. It's a little hoppier than I would imagine, like a Pilsner lager being. But I like that. I could definitely have a few of these. I have had a few of these. And yeah, I mean, it's good. It's crushable. Really nice flavor. Yeah. I mean, if you could get this minus the mix pack, I would definitely recommend it. As the Hopwolves know at this point, Todd is more the lager and Pilsner fan.
Yep.
Not that I am not. but I don't get them as often. So it's exciting that when I do, and they're very tasty. I mean, the nice, like the little kick of bitterness, and that very like floral essence to it is definitely more of what I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm kind of beating around the bush. I like it, would recommend it. Definitely recommend the mix pack, which came with Zombie Dust, Zombie Ice, their Barbarian Hazy IPA, and the Jinx Proof Lager. Highly recommend. Easily one of the best like mix packs I've gotten from a brewery, which I know I had mentioned before. So yeah, 3 Floyds, you done it again.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I want to try that sometime. Just because I'm a Pilsner boy.
Yeah, dude, I really like it.
Oh yeah. For me, dude, this is kind of out of my wheelhouse today. I am trying a porter. This is
yes.
The darkness.
Switched the role reversal.
Yeah. I'm going to hold up the can here for those watching, but for those listening, I'll describe it. So for Austin Beer Works, that's the brewery. All their cans kind of look the same. They're regular ones, so the non-seasonals pretty much don't have all these little symbols up top. But for the seasonal, they're a little fancier. And this is called Dark Romance. This can has little symbols of like whips, chains, paddles, handcuffs, arrows.
Hell yeah.
Swans, the bunny mask. If you get the gist of a dark romance, there's a few kinks in this can, if you will. Like I said, the can art is kind of styled the same way as the other seasonals, but this one includes the colors of like purple, red, and black as the base. And it's actually a February seasonal, so I'm a little late to the party on that one, but it's coming in at 9% ABV, 45 IBU. It's a chocolate cherry porter. That's what attracted me mostly about this beer. So I'm going to hold up the can here, or not the can, but the glass. This is dark as dark can be. It had a nice head when I poured it out, so I was really happy about that. Let me get one sip on the palate. Actually, just smelling this, it smells really good. That's a good sign. I like that a lot.
Nice.
I really do. I think because the IBU is actually kind of low. 45 is to me kind of mid. I think it helps. It helps with the drinkability because this is actually very smooth. I'm going to take another sip to see if I can get those flavors. Definitely the chocolate on the front end and the back end too after you swallow. Yeah, the cherry's coming through. The cherry's a little hidden underneath the chocolate, but that's all right. I actually prefer the chocolate being front forward. Yeah, this is like a nice dessert beer, dude. This is like after you have a nice meal, pour this out.
You have a dark romance.
Yeah, with your tongue. Yeah, let's go. One more sip. Yeah, I highly recommend this. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I've had a lot of beer from Awesome Beer Works, and they seem to have a really good track record. And this holds up, dude. I would buy a 6-pack of this. And that's saying something because I really don't ever go out of my way for a porter.
Also of note, like the ABV being a little bit higher, like you don't really see it too much with porters. Like that's about like where a stout usually, like a stout similar characteristics would be living at. So that's even more exciting. It sounds tasty. Can sounds cool. Looks cool. Yeah, another solid pick, dude.
Just
making me proud.
Living in a dark romance, bro.
Better than a bad one. Sorry, Lady Gaga. But not really, because no one should be in a bad romance. Dark for sure. Well, speaking of a dark romance, we kind of have one with the metal headlines. Decent segue.
I dig it.
All right. Bring out the whips and chains, baby. So we're talking about Nekrogoblikon'a. Very fun band, dude. I don't know how anyone could like not like this band. I mean, I guess like sonically, they're kind of gimmicky. Now I'm just naming a bunch of reasons why people wouldn't like it. Anyway, we like them here on Brewtal.
Yes.
And that's all that really matters, right? So what we have, they have an upcoming tour called the Goblin Mode Tour. Fucking phenomenal. But their vocalist is stepping down for personal reasons. And who are they getting? None other than Mr. Dickie Allen of Infinite Annihilator, Scumfuck, Scarlet Rot, and Project Vengeance. Sir Dickle as his
as his
handle. I fucking love it. His handle for pretty much everything, social media, Twitch, all that good stuff. He had this to say about filling in. He said, "I'm extremely excited to have been asked to join this tour and can't think of a band that fits my personality more than Nekrogoblikon'a, a goblin-based metal band. Sign me up, LOL. I look forward to seeing everyone and can't wait to go Goblin Mode. Cheers."
Hell yeah.
So if you're gonna catch this run, it is also with Inferi, Aether Realm, and Hunt the Dinosaur. That's gonna be happening May 9th through June 17th. Make sure to grab some Bush for Mr. Dickie Allen, Sir Dickle. I know he's a Bush boy for sure. That's going to be a lot of fun, dude. Nekrogoblikon's Bears song, kind of like, that'll randomly play in my head. And yeah, I agree. I don't think that anyone else should be filling in other than Dickie Allen. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about this announcement?
I would love to hear what his vocal sounds like with this band's music, because I kind of hope he goes balls to the wall with what he is able to do. His ability is insane, and I kind of hope he brings a little Infinite Annihilator to the sound.
Yeah, that would be fucking amazing. And I remember, I think it was my buddy Eric, shout out Eric Lewis, Baby Bear. He was telling me years ago that there was like either a video or an article that he read where Dickie was explaining like what his vocal styling sound like. And it's like, basically, I'm a fly on the wall for a zombie apocalypse.
Nice.
And I was like, that's pretty accurate. So that's going to be a good time. I don't know if they're coming near my way, but any Hopwolves that are able to make it out to that show, let us know. Very interested to hear what Dickie sounds like. And I hope he dresses up. I think it's John Goblikon is the vocalist that is stepping down, but I know Dickie wore like some like Leatherface type masks for a Scumfuck run. So the man is not opposed to doing some outrageous things. So I hope he dresses up like a goblin, like they do at most shows.
That'd be awesome if he does like a goblin from Spider-Man.
Oh, I mean, you talk about going full goblin mode. That's it right there. And Willem Dafoe is just also like doubling his screams and just kind of like talking. That would be sick. Hell yeah. Dickie Allen, Nekrogoblikon'a, let's fucking go. But let's go to the albums that dropped this week, dude. Give it to me straight. What do we got? What's the heat that we're dealing with for April, the first week of April?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned heat, because we do have a lot of heaters on this menu. We're going to start off with BELVUBUTH, who's a Brewtal alumni. They just dropped Essence of Evil. I'm talking slow and low because that's what this album is, dude. It is a fucking like slow ass train just running you over. It's so heavy.
And then like backing up.
That's right. Yeah. Sort of like that Austin Powers scene with the car trying to get out of the hallway. But yeah, I'm so glad that they released this. If you don't know, it's kind of going off of the 7 deadly sins. So each track is pretty much listed like that. And at the end, you'll find Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Only if you got like the deluxe pre-order package.
That's right.
Not
yeah.
everyone gets that.
The box set. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
To keep it moving, next up we have Born Through Fire with their album Purify and Refine. After that, we have Devangelic with their album Zul. It's spelled Xul. After that, we have the band Duress. That name is spelled DURESS. They just released their EP Beyond the Pines. After that, we have Earthcaller with Renormalization. That's an EP. Then we have Fit for an Autopsy, Thy Art is Murder, Malevolence, all together in one for the Aggression Sessions. And that's an EP, and that features some covers, which is dope. Thank you for pointing that out, Arie. I actually didn't know. They do that for the Depression Sessions as well. But of note,
Yes.
So Malevolence is the new band on this because they weren't on the Depression Sessions. Next up, we have Fleshworm with an appropriately titled EP called Worms. After that, we have Headwreck with their EP Reflection Room. After that, we have the band Low with the exclamation point. So it's LO exclamation point, and their album is called The Gleaners. After that, we have the band Lurk with their album Aegis. Next up, we have Monotone with their EP When Reality Fades and Forgiveness is Forgotten. I really do like the EP title. After that, we have Manhack, which I feel like we've featured many times before because we keep thinking the EP is dropping. This time it is. It's called Blastatorium. It is out. Just want to put that on record.
Damn you, Spotify.
That's right. After that, we have Parting with Origin. Never heard of these guys before, but they have a really cool EP called We All Wear Our Curses. After them, we have Remnants of Izanagi with their album Treachery. After them, we have Rise of the North Star with their album Showdown. And then we have Stillbirth. So glad this one's out with their album Homo Deus. Next up, we have Sunrot with their album The Unfailing Rope. Really do like that title too.
Oh, yeah. I kept reading that as Hope, but that makes it even more brutal.
Much darker.
Mm-hmm.
After them, this is a Russian band. They're called The Korea, and their album is called, it looks like Ra, like the sun god Ra, but I know it's different in the Russian language, but it means poison. I believe so. I looked it up, and I think it's pronounced Yet, but it's spelled like YAD. We're trying our best with pronunciations on the show, but that's as best as I can do. After that, we have the band Unworthy with their EP Where Light Divides. And last but not least, we have When Plagues Collide with an Umbilical Paradigm. That last one's a real good one.
Eater.
Oh, yeah. The hottest eater of hell.
So hot.
So hot right now. This begs the question, as always. Arie, what were some highlights and what was your favorite?
Yeah, well, can't talk about When Plagues Collide being a heater and not include it in my mentions. So them, the Duress, which I kept thinking that the band was Beyond the Pines and the album was Duress. So like, it took me a while to find it. I don't know. Anyway, sick. And of course, Fit Thy Art and the Malevolent Split is primo, but we all knew that. It's really cool to have Malevolence in the mix because they are so much different than Thy Art and Fit. Like, I don't know. I love that they're from Australia, but they have like that southern groove and the twang. I really like Malevolence. I think they've been blowing up, rightfully so, over the years. And both songs that they do are fucking great. But I have to go with the homies and BELVUBUTH and their Essence of Evil, dude. Like Todd mentioned, it's based on the 7 Deadly Sins, and it is just personified in pure filth. And now I want that box set that Todd had mentioned.
Make it happen.
I am kind of upset that they didn't try to sample like Brad Pitt saying that or something from Seven, but that's okay. We can look past that. It's everything that the singles were plus some. So congrats to those guys. I think this is their first album, and it is definitely in the running for most brutal of the year.
Yes, sir.
Stupid heavy. Like you failed grade school 4 times. Heavy. Yourself, sir, what do you got?
So I do want to give a shout out to BELVUBUTH. Yes, that album is heavy as heavy can be. Earthcaller EP, I really like. I miss those synths, those keyboards that I feel like we haven't heard since like Winds of Plague. So that's really good. When Plagues Collide, speaking of plagues, really like that. The Korea band is actually surprising. I really dug that album. Manhack is really good. They kind of make me think of Meshuggah a little bit on the vocal side. I really get an impression of them. DURESS, though. DURESS, that's going to be my favorite of the day. I haven't listened to this full list, so this is kind of me picking a favorite without listening to the others, but I have listened to Beyond the Pines on a loop, and I love it. It starts out with a track called Helldozer, which is an instrumental. It's just great. I love what they're doing. They're a PA band too, so shout out to them. I think Philly based, so they probably choose Wawa.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll forgive you for that. But anyway, let's keep it moving, dude, because I'm actually more excited about the Certified Brutal Bangers playlist. Let's give it a go. It starts out with, I think, Song of the Year for me. We'll see.
Dude. Oh, it's so good. And I love that you put it first, because it should be. I mean, absolutely so. But again, shout out to Eric Lewis. He also sent this to me, and I saw his before our list. Mm-hmm. And all I read was 24 hours left. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this like spam that you're sending me? And I was like, 24 hours left for what? And I was like, oh, it's a song. I'm like, oh, it's a heavy song.
That's funny.
So we're talking about starting off the list with 24 hours left before, take your pick, from Psycho Frame. And this seems like a very new band. I know on Spotify they had 0 listeners.
Oh, yeah.
So
very new.
Very new. And rightfully so, put that shit on your radar. We're doing it for you, but now you got it.
I'm actually going to say, too, there's a weird connection to Mood Ring. I'll have to look that up. But on Twitter, I commented on the band posting the single, and Mood Ring liked it, but also someone with Mood Ring in their bio liked it. So I don't know if someone's involved from Mood Ring, but that would be kind of cool.
Damn, talk about like total opposite of the spectrum, which wouldn't be unheard of, but we'll dive into it. Get the corkboard ready, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So to follow that up, we have non-consensual organ donation from unwilling medical procedure. And this features fresh wounds.
Yes.
So like everything about that's metal is fun.
I feel like the track name and the band name are like Google searches.
They might as well be. I love it. Like I had to like take a double take and be like, is that really like the name of both? It is, and it's great. Love it. Following that, we have The Offering from Of Ruin, and Of is of course spelled with a V. And this is featuring Blake Mullins of Disembodied Tyrant, a favorite here on Brewtal. Following that, we have another fucking stellar cover from Angel Maker. This time they're covering a Black Dahlia murder song, and it is Death Mask Divine. Classic track, and they do it justice. And I love that Angel Maker incorporates the same album art as the bands that they're covering.
Yeah.
I see a lot of bands doing that now, but I really like it. It's even more of an homage to what they're doing. Next up, we have Choky from 1056. I always want to call it Chonky, but it is Choky. And this was kind of cool. So I don't know why this came as a surprise to me, but they are combining both Downers, part 1 and 2,
mm-hmm.
and it's going to be an album with 2 new tracks. So this is one of them. But that's fucking awesome because both those EPs are top tier, and Choky's another great fucking track, and I can't wait to hear what the last one is, but that's exciting. And hopefully this means that, I know we had mentioned that this might be like a one-off for 1056, but fingers crossed that, I mean, we are getting more from them, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, we have Preacher 3 from Cultist. And I can't tell for sure. I know it doesn't say any feature, but it almost sounds like Christian from Diamonds to Dust is on this track. I don't think so.
I wonder. I mean,
Maybe.
I think they're close friends. So
I do too.
Yeah.
Regardless, heavy, 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 just in time for Easter. Then we have Corpse Pit from Extermination Dismemberment. Classic. Malevolent from Agord. Atomic Diplomacy from Queen Kona. New Victims with Bitter Pill. Victims is the band name. I said that really weird, so I apologize. And that's featuring Elijah Witt of Cane Hill. And I love that they got Elijah for this track.
Hell yeah.
It really just elevated it. Not that it was a bad song before, but I just love Elijah in general.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime he's involved with something is really cool. And this is a nice pairing. Then we have Hate Me from Teeth. On Sight from Tether. Hell Is Here. Global Plague. Left to Suffer with Disappoint Me. I love this track title too. Insanely Illegal Cage Fight. That's from Dolav, and that's with Jackson Rose featured on the track. Then we have OMERTA with their newest offering, Ante Amoris. And that's featuring Jonicus, I think.
John Nascus, something
John
like that.
Nascus, yeah. We're not even going to say it. You know what it is already. Apologies.
But great chorus from him. His vocals are great on that track.
We'll talk about it a little bit after we go through the rest of the list, but man, what a fucking just track in general. Omerta's a band to watch. Then to round out the list with the last four, we have Testudines from Dawn of Ouroboros, Torn from Your Silhouette, Dying Wish's new one, Into the Abyss from Metalcore Titans Unearth, and then Smoke of Their Torment from Reformed, and that features Victor Borba. 20 heaters, dude. What do you got? Which one's your favorite? What are some standout tracks for you?
Like I said earlier, this is Song of the Year potential. Psycho Frame, dude. I even saw on Twitter some people saying like this is what deathcore should sound like, and I agree.
They're not wrong.
I agree and disagree because like deathcore can sound whatever it wants to sound like, but yeah, this is a great first track from a new band. Like you put yourself on the map here, and I love it. So that's my favorite. But other highlights, dude, Of Ruin, Extermination, Dismemberment, dude. It's kind of like a party song. It's got like even the music video for it makes me think of Lamb of God Redneck a little bit because they like crash a kid's birthday party. OMERTA, dude, like you said, future metal. You'll talk a little bit more about that. It makes me think of like a cross between like Code Orange and God, I don't know. It's just that it has cleans too, and they work so perfectly. A lot of like digital effects in the song, but it's so good. And then last but not least, Dying Wish, dude, bringing in those cleans, unexpected. She sounds great. Got to see them live. They were one of my favorite bands from that night. I'm constantly wearing that Dying Wish t-shirt. I'm very stoked to see what the album's going to be like that the single's coming from, because if this is what that song sounds like, what is the future music going to sound like?
Yes, it's great stuff, dude. I think that the band has taken it to a next level sonically. Emma's vocals also to the next level, because she did do singing on their first album, but this just sounds more refined.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I actually forgot about that. This, I don't know, it seems amplified now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and say it. I could not pick one or the other, so it's a tie for me between OMERTA and Dying Wish. Someone I had read, I think it was on the music video, which, fun fact, the director of this video is Anthony, the bassist from Straight From the Path. He does a lot of like video work when he's not doing Stray stuff, and it's really exciting. I love like seeing his videos. But that's cool. But someone had mentioned that like this really encapsulates like the '06 scene, like the metal scene, which I'm not disagreeing with. I think that is very true. And someone sounds like it's very reminiscent of Killswitch, which I also think is true.
I mean, that single artwork, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And really what it gets me is like, this reminds me of In This Moment, when In This Moment was good. Really just their first album. But that's cool. And I mean, this is like Dying Wish is like next level. Like they're 10 times heavier than like In This Moment or like Killswitch or anything like that. But they're on the up and up. I can't wait for the new album. Their first one was one of my favorites from like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then OMERTA, dude, everything in the kitchen sink, it just fucking works like we talked about. I saw that legendary producer Ross Robinson quoted saying that OMERTA is the future metal. And I agree with that statement. They're doing a lot of really cool things. And just as a reminder as to who Ross Robinson has worked with and kind of helped launch careers, we're talking Slipknot, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Suicide Silence. I mean, the man knows what he's looking for, especially when it comes. What's that?
I was going to say he's got a good track record for sure.
He does have a good track record. So yeah, those are the two favorites for me. But of note, of course, Psycho Frame. Yeah, that song is fucking next level shit. Of Ruin, the Cultist song, Victims, and Teeth. Dude, I'm really excited for Teeth's debut. I think it's debut EP that's coming out in May. But I've really liked what I've heard from that band. So a lot of good shit, dude. Heater again. But with that being said, we don't have a featured band this week, but that's okay. We're talking to a few that we're really excited about for upcoming episodes. But Todd, why don't we roll out the red carpet for ourselves? Can you tell the Hopwolves how to give your boys some love?
You can love us many ways here on Brewtal.
Yes.
We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I would say our big one is Instagram. Twitter is kind of like, we're just there. But
yeah.
Most of our stuff is on Instagram, which then finds itself on Facebook. But Arie is manning the TikTok. So go follow him. We're always trying to be creative on there. So I love what we're doing. But check us out on Instagram mostly. You'll find our link tree in the bio. Keep it brutal.